Good morning. I am Joe Farone. I'm from the New York Capital Region chapter. I think we formed about 10 or 11 years ago, and my boss found out through one of our insurance brokers that we were forming this chapter, and he suggested that I join. And so I did, and he's been very supportive of me through my journey through CFMA. So all these conferences, even with Spring Creek, they encouraged me to be here. So that's, I heard through talking to some people that they have to justify why they're members of CFMA. I don't have that. I don't have to worry about that because my bosses both realize what a value this is to our organization. I got to be honest with everybody. I mentioned this to a few people. When I got here Saturday afternoon, I had about 3 or 4 hours sleep. We got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I did not want to be here Saturday afternoon. And I had that unknown. I didn't know what to expect. 8, 9 o'clock when the evening ended, I went back to the room and I told my wife, I said, you know what, I had a lot of fun. And that really set the tone for the whole week or weekend. And I think it was Tasha said that she was here 15 minutes early looking forward. And that's really what I felt. I didn't, dread coming to any of these meetings. I actually looked forward to it. What I discovered, I always knew I was a red, but one of the things I discovered was that in conflict, I was I'm more analytical. So I was on the green side of the red, but when I got into conflict, I moved over to the blue. And that was interesting for me because I became more people-oriented, I guess, when we were in crisis mode. The other thing I learned is, big, small, we all have the same issues. And that was kind of reassuring to me is that, coming in as president, that we all struggle with the same things. And how do we overcome those challenges? And I got some great ideas. So thank you for everybody for sharing your ideas with me. I made a comment to my group with the teepee Saturday night when we were drawing our pictures. We were all very courteous and kind to each other, and nobody made fun of my spoon that was supposed to be a golf club. Yesterday when we were doing it, everybody was busting on each other, and you really could see the bond coming together and people more comfortable. Everybody let down their guard, and that was nice. It was to see that. The other one of my aha moments was my river experience with Tasha. We talked about communication and pre-planning, and we worked it out. We said, okay, if we want to go this way, we're going to paddle this way. Well, when you're in the rapids and things are going, it's a lot more difficult to communicate because you're trying to deal with all these things that are coming at you. So poor Tasha, I'm telling her to paddle right, and I wanted to go left or right or whatever, and she looks at me, she says, I'm doing that, but we were going into the trees and stuff like that. But that's one of the things I learned, that to communicate, you really have to be very conscious of your verbal words and how you do that, because you may mean something, but it comes out totally different. When we started our chapter 10 to 11 years ago, we did a lot of social events, and we had a golf tournament, and I saw that, and I see it now, that brought that community, our chapter together. And we haven't done a golf tournament probably in 5 years, and I think one of the things I'm going to try to do is get the fun back into the CFMA for our local chapter. We have probably 4 or 5 strong board members, and over the 4 or 5 years that I've been on the board and active, we've become very close. And I can see that now, and I can see being with all of you over the last 2 or 3 days, how important it is to get to know each other. And when you can relate to that, you know, I think it was, we were doing that exercise and Marcia said, do you dread when somebody picks up the phone or you get a phone call from somebody on your board? I don't. I look forward to talking to those people. And so that's one of my aha moments. I gotta, how do we bring that excitement back? And so I'm gonna probably do some more social events. We haven't done much strategic lately. We got to get more people involved. We got to take more advantage of national, so that's a couple of the things I'm going to do when I get back. And I'm also going to pursue an admin. We're a small group, but it's those 4 or 5 people that do a lot of the operational. We should be, keeping our eye on more of the long-term and strategic. So that's what I'm going to focus in when I get back.
I love it. The more we know people, the more we look forward to doing things with them. And he came here and the first morning goes, I don't know. And most people feel that way. That's a real normal feeling. And when you make more fun in your chapter, more social, more strategic, people will start looking forward to coming. But I hope you learn the tips, because you got to implement things so people value the time spent and they'll look forward to the friendship. So 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.